Hey, my friends. Welcome to Live at the Ginger Cat Lady's Craft Table. I'm Pam, the Ginger Cat Lady. Harley, the Ginger Cat. He's sound asleep. I can see his little paw, so that means we are safe tonight. Over there is Susan from I Totally Love It. First chair trumpet, huh? I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. I was first chair violin. That was way back in 7th and 8th grade. So, yeah, that was a long time ago. So, before we get
Whichever.
started, let's go ahead and say hello. Hi, Jenny. Welcome. Hello, Curiously Michelle. Thank you for being my secretary and keeping me on task. Hello, Debbie. Welcome. Thank you, Miss Jenny, for posting that. I will go over to YouTube and pin that. Miss Jenny has posted um, Susan's channel. So if you are not already subscribed to Susan, I will pin it up there at the top so that you can head on over and check her out and give her a follow. She's got some really cool stuff that goes on over there that we will talk about as we go on. Um, let's see who else we got here. We have, oh, I did not want to do that. There we go. Um, let's see. Hello, Ellen. Welcome. Christina, welcome. Ellen. Cindy, welcome. All right. Uh, Hoosier is Debbie. And hello, Debbie Epps. Hello, Amy K. Oh my gosh. We got
Ready?
everybody coming in all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. They just start pouring right in. I love it. I love doing this because I love being able to meet new people and learn more about them. And I love that there's also so many people out there that like coming and hanging out and learning about people as well. So yeah, it's just always a fun time. So, alrighty. So Susan, first of all, what is it that you want to tell us what you're going to be working on?
I'm gonna be working on some labels just because if I try anything extra crafty, I'll screw up while I'm talking. So
Right.
so this is my little ephemera storage here. I know I'm like upside down. My little ephemera storage composition book. I used to keep it all like in little containers, and I was waste so much time looking for a good label. And so I've started doing this. I know this is not for everybody, but I just cut them out and use a little tape runner, and I put them in. I do put them in by creator. So like the front is Junk Journal Studio, and then I have Tracy Fox and Rach and Bella and Shabby Dabby Doodah and some other ones on the back. But this way I can find the right shape, the right color. So I'm going to be working on that.
That's just temporary adhesive that you have in your little tape runner thingy there.
Yeah, yeah, just a little, Amazon tape runner.
And how much easier, y'all, how much easier is that to like look at, pull out the one you want, close the book and put it away as opposed to my wonderful version of doing it of digging through and not finding what I want and then pulling it out and going through and dumping it on the table and then having to clean it back up. That's yeah, that
Yeah.
Susan, you got it. That's awesome. That
Well, I just got tired of wasting time. And then I would find one later. I was like, oh, I could have used it.
right?
So I do tend to
Jenny,
do
what do
this
you
when
mean?
I'm watching TV. So
Yeah. Oh, Jenny, I don't know what I don't know what Steve's doing. We can just ignore that. Yeah. Oh, Bitty Penny does that with clusters, Debbie? Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I've never seen something like that. That is an incredible way to organize it. You don't have to, because I've seen it like where people have done the little like either a strip of vellum or a strip of transparency or something like that to make it so that you can see what's there and then tucking it in. But that's a whole lot of extra work. This is just really quick, easy, and no nonsense. I love it.
Yeah, and I've
Hey,
even done it
Cheryl,
with all
welcome.
my little Echo Park and Cartabella ones. Um, because I forget I have these. So I put them in this little book, and that you'll see I have some holes in there. I remembered that I have it. So
Yeah. It's the whole out of sight, out of mind thing, right?
yes, it is.
Yep. Whereas if you have it like that, then it's very easy to remember to that you've got it and flip through it and you find it. Ingrid
Yeah,
Carlson does it too. Okay, perfect, Cindy. Hey, Di, welcome, welcome. Alrighty, so um, are you primarily a junk journaler, mixed media? What would you call your style
I would say
or your
primarily junk journaling.
junk journaling? Okay,
I've started dabbling in the, in the mixed media arts. This past year, I got a jelly plate and started playing with it. I have gotten a second jelly plate. I haven't used it yet, but um, I'm having fun with that. And of course, every time I get on and do it, I screw up. And I'm like, it
right,
doesn't look like everybody else's. But I know it's just I need to do it more often so I can remember the techniques because when I wait so long, I forget, how to do it in between and have to
right.
watch videos again. And
Well, and the one thing I know that I am constantly being reminded by my friend Di out there, the messy palette. Um, not to compare myself to others because my style is different than other people's style. And also that uh, there is no right way to do it
right,
unless you're like unless everything is like sticking to your page and then something is definitely not going right and that needs to you're not sticking to your page but everything like your page is stuck and it's not going anywhere, that's a problem,
right,
yeah. But
yeah,
other than that it's not, yeah, it's a kind of a do whatever you want and it's fun. And I think for me that is the only time that I really feel comfortable experimenting. I don't know why.
yeah, yeah.
I think because it's easy to do, it's easy to experiment with,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just paint and paper, right?
Right,
It's just paint and paper. You can't do too much wrong with just paint and paper, right?
right.
I hope. So, how did you get started in junk journaling?
Well, I used to be a scrapbooker, 20 plus years ago. I ended up being a creative memories what do you call it, consultant or whatever.
Mhm.
And yeah, I did that for a few years, and then I started having children. Well, I mean, I started scrapbooking because I had my first child, and then my second child came along, and when she started walking, I just put everything up because I'm like, you're in my stickers, you're in my tools, and I didn't really have a space to craft except like the dining room table. So I just kind of put it all away and I stopped, selling for creative memories. And um, every once in a while there would be a project for school the kids would need, and I'd pull it out and all right, let's use the circle punch, and
Right.
um, and so and this was when we were in North Carolina. So I'm from Texas. My husband's from North Carolina. We've lived in North Carolina, Texas, North Carolina, back in Texas to stay, to stay. And when we came back, I had a 6 foot table, one of those fold up plastic tables, and I was like, I'm gonna do a little crafting. I asked for a big shot, which I've hardly used, and I was like, what is washi tape? This was 2016. I discovered washi tape. Um, because when you were working for Creative Memories, it was like if it wasn't their product, it was contraband and you didn't use it. And
Yeah,
um,
exactly. It didn't exist.
yeah, I was like, oh, I don't want anybody to know I'm using this, like I was
Right.
breaking some law or something.
Right.
And so I came across junk journaling, gosh, probably 3 years ago now, maybe. Um,
Uh-huh.
but I was actually looking at craft room tours. Not that I have a room to have a craft room in, but wishful thinking. And
Right. Planning for
and
someday.
it was right. And then also, organization and stuff. And of course, the very first room I saw was Gail Augustinelli.
Uh-huh.
And so then more of her videos started popping up. And so I was like, well, what is this? I have lots of paper. Huh. And yeah, so it just kind of blossomed from there because once you watch one junk journaling video, more of them start to populate in your feed. And, um,
Exactly.
of course, it was more of the bigger channels that were popping up at first. And then I was like, wait a minute, there's smaller channels? Okay. And then I told my husband, I said, I'm going to start junk journaling, but I'm going to start a YouTube channel to show my progress. And he was like, okay. So in October 26th, I think October 26th was my 3-year YouTube anniversary. So
Oh, nice. So you started junk journaling and your channel right at the same time then,
I did.
pretty much. Wow.
I did. And I came in hot at the end of 2020. What was that? 2023. Um, I came across Marguerite Miller's collage challenge, and I was
Uh-huh.
like, okay, I will do all of that years in 2 months, and I did.
Oh,
And
wow.
then I did the whole next year, and then I think I did it last year. Then that was it. I was like, okay, I got to move on to something else. But I think my collages towards the end were way better than my collages at the beginning because those were just sticking something on paper, you know.
Well, uh, there's a lot of practice in there.
Well, that's kind of my whole premise was like I gotta show my progress so I can show you how crappy it was from the beginning, and then look
Right.
how gorgeous they are now.
Exactly. Yeah,
Um,
exactly. That makes
in
sense.
my
That makes
mind.
absolute sense. Yeah. Very cool. So Gail Augustinelli was your first influence. Who else would you say has influenced your style?
Um, I watched a lot, and I participated in a lot of her challenges. Belinda, a visualized NZ. She's from New Zealand, the NZ. Um,
Uh-huh.
but she's kind of taken a little break. She's had some life things that have kind of popped up for her. But she
Yeah.
had the Deal It Up challenge, and she would have uh, different cards. So that was kind of like my introduction to like a junk journal challenge. Like, here are your prompts. Now make something. Um, and then I also participated in her channel was Sweet Bee Paper Co. or Sweet Bee Paper Designs, and hers was it was like doing jumbo cards, kind of like an ATC card, jumbo card, um,
Uh-huh.
but you had prompts for the week, and so that was fun. And of course, I watched some Pam at Paper Outpost, and um, who else did I watch?
So it
Um,
sounds like the challenge pretty much are what got you going then.
right. I will say, and this is just a tip for those who have channels to get traffic. Like, you need to put in the title what it is you're making. If it's just like junk journal, because like if you're doing a file folder, because I will get up there and search junk journal file folder ideas. Like be
Yes.
specific. Because girls like me get up there and we're looking for something specific. Junk
Right.
journal charms or dangles or whatever it is you're working on, and I'm gonna come find it, and it'll bring up no matter how big or small your channel is.
Yes. Yeah, because if you, especially if you pay attention to, like, if you've got vidIQ or anything like that that you're using for your channel to help grow, it wants you to do the catchy phrases that like, I did this all by myself, or DIY this, and like all of the fun, wow, in your face kind of stuff that is important for those channels that are not crafting channels.
Right. Those
But
are
when it
kind of
comes to something
clickbait
like what we,
type.
yeah, when it comes to something like what we do, yeah, if you're and I'm the same way. When I go out to watch, I'm going out because I'm researching and trying to find ways to do something, a different way of
Right.
doing something than how I do it. And so yes, that is very important to be able to put that in and come up with what I need. So that's a very good tip. Thank you. Very good tip. So, um, your story of how you kind of got into junk journaling and how you found it is way different, because most people, it's they're just out there kind of looking at stuff, and um they stumble across Pam. Typically it's Pam over at
Right.
Paper Outpost. She's the number one person that is mentioned here repeatedly. um
Right.
yeah, and it's more of a it's more because they're paper crafters and they're looking for paper crafting stuff, not because they're trying to figure out how to organize their room. Or
Right.
organize their
And
Sunday room.
I don't really go to her for organizing tips. Her desk is a hot
No.
mess for me, but I
Yes.
but
Yes.
she does put in her titles exactly what I'm
Yes.
going to get out of her video. So,
Yeah.
um
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
And
even
that, yeah,
follow that
that's
rule very well, but I should, make a better title.
the titles are hard. Titles are hard.
Right.
They are not an easy thing to come
Well,
up
I
with. And
I
the
tend
thumbnails to
to
make sure. Go ahead.
yeah, I tend to participate in a challenge or a collab, and so usually that's my title or the hashtag, and so because people who are looking for that are going to come find it. Um, I guess I don't do a lot of tutorials. I guess I figured everybody else is out there.
Right. Everybody
You've
else is
never
out there
seen
teaching. I'll
Pam?
just show you what I've learned. But that
Well,
works,
I
you know? I
teach.
mean,
I
that's
teach all day. I don't.
right. Right. No, I know. I know. And what grade do you teach again?
I teach fourth grade math and science.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So that's, yeah. And fourth grade. Fourth grade is not there. I did fourth grade for a year. Um, I didn't like the curriculum at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
So, I did it for a year, and that was that. I was like, nope, not doing it again. Plus, they're starting to get to the age where they're a little bit, they're getting to be too cool, but they're not too cool. So they're hard to, yeah, it's an odd
So
age.
I've taught everything from kinder through eighth grade, except for second grade. Um, God made special people to teach kindergarten, and
Yes,
I'm
they
not one of
do.
those special people.
I
um,
didn't think
I
I
did that
was,
a
but I
year.
ended up being somehow.
Yeah, I I keep telling like new teachers, I'm like, and they're kind of like humming and hawing over position. I was like, maybe this isn't the grade level that the hopes and dreams you had. Maybe you haven't realized your potential in a different grade level or a different subject. Um,
Right.
but I previous to fourth grade, I taught 5 years of fifth grade, and this is my 10th year on this campus. So 5 years in fifth math, and then now 5 years of fourth grade math. So maybe next year I'll
Yeah.
move to third. But third, fourth, and fifth are kind of my jam. So,
See, you couldn't
but
pay
I
me
didn't
enough
even.
to do the testing. The testing years are not,
Oh,
no.
well, see, that's really why I left North Carolina. North Carolina, I had tenure, and my
Um,
principal would not. every time a second grade position would open, she wouldn't move me. I'm like, move me. And I was like, that's the only grade I've never taught between kinder and eighth, which I'm certified in. No one will put me in there. I don't want to teach tested subjects anymore. She would not move me. And then she appointed me to an elected position to be head of the campus improvement plan for 5 years. And I finally told my husband, I've had enough and I'm going to leave the school. And if I'm going to leave the school, I'm going to leave the state and go back to Texas.
Right.
So I'm back to stay.
We're done here. So
Yep.
Texas is your first love then?
I was born here. So yeah, this is home. So
Yeah. Yeah. I've never been
and
to
and the
Texas.
pay is a whole lot more.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes a huge difference.
it
Huge
does.
difference.
Insurance is crap.
Right. So, do you remember the first thing that you made, and do you still have it right there?
Um, it would have been a Marguerite Miller collage, and it's tucked away in a box somewhere. I've
So you
just
do still own it.
recently,
It's not something that you've
yeah,
gotten
oh
rid of.
yeah. No, I won't give away my collages. Um, I've sold journals and stuff, but the very first journal I have, I actually bought the journal. Um, it was made out of, it was similar. This is the journal we just made for Junk Journal Madness, out of a
Uh-huh.
hanging file folder. But I actually purchased my first one, which was made out of that green hanging file folder, and it had papers in it. And I used that because it was just, random papers inside, to because I did Defember that first year too. That's when they had the little animal cards. It was the year before Effie. Um,
Okay.
and we had like a fox
Like
in a
year two
jar
or something.
or a bear or something like that. And so I used it kind of like an idea book, like a small idea book. And another um, creator that I watched a lot too was Kara Brandon, because she had templates for how to make tags because I had no idea how to make a tag. You know,
Right.
just give me some measurements because I teach math. I can cut paper and measure with a pencil and a ruler. But yeah, Kara
Christine
Brandon.
Christina's saying teaching is the gateway drug to paper crafting. I think that's kind of true in a way.
Yes.
Because we do play with a lot of paper, especially if you are a on the primary end
Yes.
of the teaching scale, because that's definitely a lot of construction paper and
Yes.
paint and stuff to play with. So yeah, it is kind of a gateway drug.
Yeah. I taught kinder for a year. I taught fifth grade for not fifth grade, first grade for 5 years. Um, that was fun too. And I do
Yeah.
I hate technology in the classroom because it really has taken out the fun. Um, the kids don't want to do a whole lot that's not on the computer, which is a shame because
Yeah.
there's so many
Yeah.
fun. And then, of course, going back to your statement about the curriculum, there's so much packed into Texas fourth grade math that there just isn't time to do anything fun until May.
No, right, exactly. Exactly. Well, kindergarten is at that point now, at least in California, and it just wasn't fun anymore. It's like, no, I want these kids need to have fun and they're not allowed to have fun, It just like they were taking away nap time because
What?
we were full day and they were taking away
Yeah.
nap time. It's like, are you kidding me? These kids can't do that. So, yeah, it's
Yeah. My fourth
I yeah.
graders need a nap time.
Right? That's I always at all levels that I ever taught, even with my upper kids, after lunch was always an hour read aloud. I would sit down and I would grab a book and we would start reading a book. And it would sometimes they were books that the kids recommended, and they would sit there and listen, and it was a good way to calm down the this happened at recess baloney that you have to deal with, and
Right.
just to get everybody to calm down and relax and move on. So yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah, a lot easier, a lot easier. Made my life easier anyway.
Yeah.
Um, is there anyone else that kind of inspired your style early on?
Um, hmm, I know a lot of Margaret because
Yeah.
one time in my video I said yeah, and he was like, "You've watched her too much because you just said yeah in your video because she says yeah." I was like, "Did I really?" He said, "Yep." So I
That's
had to put
funny.
a
I know.
pause on watching her.
I have noticed that I apparently watch a lot of Southerners because I have picked up y'all, and I have never in my life lived in a southern state other than California being in the south part of the West Coast. That's as southern
Uh,
as I've ever gotten. So it's not y'all isn't something that comes naturally to me. So yeah, yeah,
yeah,
you
Pam, just
do if you
embrace
watch
the
a lot.
y'all.
Yeah,
Just embrace the y'all.
yeah.
Here, I'm gonna gift it to you with the hands from the sky.
Hello, Yoo-hoo. Hello, Estrada. Hello out there to anybody else I may have missed. So when you are in a place where you're just in that creative rut, what is it that you like to do to get yourself out of that?
So recently, and I kind of got in a rut with my own series, Junk Journal Madness, where we have a guest collaborator, we have a theme, and I roll the dice to see how many items we're gonna make, and I have this whole like little spreadsheet of choices in case you get stuck and you don't know what to make. And I was like, looking at it, I was like, I don't know what to make. I have this big list in front of me. So, well, in September, I wrote some on a really bad jelly print, and I just used the back. And I put it in a bag and just reached in and started grabbing it. I was like, that's what I need to do. And then for November, I stuck it all on the spinning wheel, and I reserved the right to not make it. But because some things just didn't work for that journal. But I just put things in here like a regular journal card or a rectangle pocket or um, a zigzag pocket. I just took some things and put them in there. So that's kind of helpful. Um, but I feel like too, if you just have like if you're participating in something, whether if you're not hosting your own thing, um, participate in something, whether it's a mixed media thing, get your jelly prints out. I like doing Zentangles. Trying to find, I don't think
Oh,
my book
nice.
is in here. Um, I still haven't finished the 100-day project. I refuse to do that again. Susan is not participating ever again. I'm like
Have
on
you
day
done it for? Have
81.
you tried it for a couple years, or is it just a one-time thing and you're like, nope, not doing that ever again?
I tried it last year and I was like, don't do it again. It came up this year and everyone started doing it. I was like, oh, just do it. And I stole the idea from Trish at Crafting Whimsy. She was going to do little mini collages. I was like, I got those little
I love
half
Trish.
composition books. And, well, life got kind of topsy turvy in March. My brother passed, and I kind of lost a little,
Right,
of my steam at that point.
right,
And
right.
I was like, that challenge is not, you know, I don't need to do it in 100 straight days. So,
Well, and you don't when you're grieving, you don't need to put that kind of pressure on yourself.
right.
Yeah, that's
And
not. Yeah, no,
and
that's not
then
fun.
recording too. Like sometimes I feel like I need to record it, but I also need to tell myself I can just do it and then just share it in a video. I don't have to sit there and create it in front of everybody. So,
Right,
because
you can
sometimes
do
it
a
just,
fast flip through. Yep.
yeah. But sometimes it's nice
Oh,
just put the headphones on, put your jam on, and just doodle. I mean, I love doing Zentangles. They're so relaxing.
I I admire people that can do that. I cannot. It's maybe because I feel I'm not. I give me paper, I can do it. Give me something to draw, and Di always tells me you just haven't had the right teacher. You need to have the right teacher. You need to, I can teach you how, and I've never learned how, I guess is, and so to me it's very stressful and intimidating, and so drawing something is where I draw the line. Like I did a Zentangle around a photograph for one of my uh what was it? ABC April projects.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It was for the letter Z for ABC April, and I had to do it at least 6 or 7 times before it came out looking halfway decent, and even at that point, it was I had to go in and draw lines on the picture in order to, because I was doing it around a photograph, I had to draw lines around the photograph in order to make sure that I made everything the same height, and yeah, it was way too stressful, so that's yeah. I
Yeah.
admire
Yeah. You
people
just
that
made it sound
that
stressful.
yeah, exactly.
Well, let
I'm not
me
a
suggest.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm an overthinker. I Yeah, I'm a big time overthinker, and I'm not somebody that can sit down and it's hard for me to like people well just just let it flow, just um go through the process and appreciate the process, and that whole I'm ADHD and it's a struggle.
Well, I would suggest get one of those little like half composition notebooks, or
Uh-huh.
even a regular size. But that seems kind of intimidating because that's a big page. Um,
Yes.
but there's a channel. It's his name is Hugh Art, HU, and then the word art. And his videos he does watercoloring, and then in between he'll after it's dry he'll go and do Zentangles. I'll put that on at school, a little ASMR for the kids to calm down, And
Uh-huh.
of course they want to draw right after that. I'm like, no, now we got to get back to work because our
Right.
relaxed time's over. Sorry, fractions. Let's go.
Right.
But last year, one of my students, because I was showing him, because I got the idea to use like a tape roll to make my circles. And so we were doing it while we were waiting for the bus one afternoon. And so every afternoon waiting for the bus after that, he would be, "Can I borrow your tape roll?" And he would sit there and quietly do Zentangles. So,
Oh, very
you
cool.
know, yeah, sometimes I can't reach them through math, but I can reach them through some Zentangles.
I tried Zentangles with kindergartners. Yeah, we didn't do
Well,
that again.
yeah. Can we draw
We did
straight
not do that
lines?
again. Way too hard. Way too hard. And it was even a simple one, but it was hard for me. So yeah, that was not. Yeah. So are you more of a cluster queen or a minimalist with flair?
Oh, I guess it depends on my mood because let's see. This was my last journal. And what kind of mood was I in? Let's see. I I can make a really, kind of, minimalist plain pocket such as that. But then I can do, I don't know, that's a little more clustery, I guess. Is that a word? Clustery. It is today. We'll make that a word. But it just depends on what mood I'm in, I guess.
I think I'm kind of pretty
Um,
much the same way too. It depends on the mood. Depends on what I'm
yeah,
trying to. Well, and it depends on what journal I'm working in too.
right.
Yeah.
Like that. I just kind of did all that on the page, and let me turn it around so everybody can see. Um, and like that, there's a stamp, there's a label, there's a flower, there's a bird, there's a label, there's the label. Oh, that's a belly band. I forgot that was a belly band. And then some days are just plain kind of meh. So yeah, I think it's just my mood. And it could be kind of like, you were saying like your mojo and um not pushing yourself. Like sometimes I just want to put something on paper, but sometimes I actually have a vision like, oh yeah, let's do this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I have always avoided doing prompts um because I felt like I wouldn't be able to do the because it was so limited, and picking something and then trying to do what it says to do, like with just those colors and just this and just that, and I always thought that that would be
Right.
like way too difficult. um and my membership kind of challenged me to start doing prompts. They
Yeah.
well originally they wanted to do it so that they were giving the prompts and I was doing it myself, and I'm like, no, we're gonna do them together. But I now absolutely love doing them. Like, I really think some of the best work I've done lately, especially like the one I did last night, or this morning, I feel like it is some of the best work I've done, and it kind of is fun. So now I'm like, and then doing Defemember where there's prompts and challenge with that, and I mean, I guess I kind of did it with ABC April, um, but that one was a lot more. It's like just something with the letters, so there was less guidance, and that could be hard sometimes too. So I think it's a yeah. I don't know. I think there's a combination of giving me some guidance and but not too much guidance. I don't
Right.
know. Maybe I'm
Well,
just too much of a rebel.
I think 2025 for me as far as prompts, because I kind of started junk journaling out with prompts, like let's do all the prompts. Um,
Right.
in fact, it was a while before I actually made a journal myself because it was just let me just make stuff. I had a shoebox full of stuff. And I was like, okay, I guess I need some journals to put these in. And that's how junk journal
Right.
madness kind of came up. But 2025, I've kind of finally given myself permission to, I don't have to finish it. I don't have to do that. Like I started Full Deck Challenge 3. I was excited because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be in from the beginning. And I got to like week 22, week 23. And I was like, okay. And it was summertime. I had no excuse to not work on those in the summer. Um, but I didn't. My brain said, nope, no more. And I even had a series called Junk Journal Sketches that I got all the way up to episode 90, and I gifted it to Trish at Crafting Whimsy. I was like, my brain just does not want to do it anymore. Nope. But it's such a good series, and she was very happy to take over it for me, and has been doing a great job with it.
I think sometimes and it's like with everything. If you overdo it too much, you get a little bit tired of it.
Right.
And yeah, yeah, yeah. But it is a good way to challenge yourself, especially when you're, like you said, if you're in a creative rut, having that challenge is something that kind of pushes you out of that
Yeah.
rut, which is nice. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Jeannie. Hey, Zena. Hey, Denise. Hey, Steph.
Hi, everybody.
Um, Hello, Linda Tomain Creates. You are new to my channel. Welcome, welcome. You were lucky that you joined us now because I won't put you through the Inquisition. Um, Anybody that's been to my channel at any length of time knows that a newbie gets to go through the Inquisition. So when you're filming your videos, do you do them in batches, or are you kind of a I do it today, I need to post it tomorrow, and so I do it today, or I need to post it today, and so I do it today, or how do you do
Well,
your filming?
I will tell you how I've been doing it up until now. Because I now have a new desk. This is a flexi spot. So, um, I was on one of those 6 foot wide, tables that you have at, the church potluck, whatever. and and it was the fold up kind. I'd gotten it at Lowe's. And so it had that seam in the middle. And I really only had like 3 feet of space because it was so packed, but it was getting warped from the weight of everything. Because I only had that table to craft on. That was it. And so some of my stuff became a need to pile up on top. So in order to craft, I'd have to clear that space, clear my chair, and be able to get
Yes.
to it. And so it was only on the weekends. I would only craft on the weekends, and I would do all my filming. And so it was like Saturday morning, I'd get up and do as many as I could on Saturday. Sunday morning, I'd get up and start Sunday. Then when I started the news, that was the first thing I did was on Sunday mornings was the news. But now I have confiscated 2 walls in the dining room, and I have 2 big shelving units with a ton of stuff that some are packages I haven't even opened. Some are from Debbie Epps, some of my dyed paper. and
Ooh, yummy.
um, we've rearranged this because this craft table has been in my bedroom. And so my husband was like, it's a little crowded, but we rearranged it and I was able to fit a new desk, 2 more shelves in here. And so Christmas break is going to be really spent organizing this better. But so now I
Yeah,
can
but how
actually
exciting.
I just have a few things to take off my desk now, and it doesn't cover both sides because it would go onto the bed. And then he's like, well, I can't, lay down. I'm like, well, you don't really need to, do you?
Yeah,
Because I'm
right.
crafting.
There's a sofa, go lay down on the sofa, you can sleep out there.
Yeah, I'll go in the other room, get in the recliner. I mean, anyway, so it's just a few things now that I have on my desk. It's like my current stuff or um, like my stencils. I don't know why. I need to use my stencils more than I use my stencils, but maybe now with this new space, I will use my stencils more and my
Well, and if
stamps
you're
too, because
yeah,
things just got
if you're
hidden,
starting to get if you're starting to use your gel plate more, you will find that you're using your stencils a lot more too, or at least I do. I
Right.
have a bunch of stencils with the intent of using it to, for like background pages and stuff like that, but it didn't happen until I started really using them for the gel plate, and then once I got texture paste, I'm now addicted to texture paste. Like I'm wanting to put it on everything and really having to stop myself from doing that. Because not everything needs to have texture on it, at least not that kind of texture on it.
Well, I have supplies I've just never used, like talking about texture paste. I have embossing powders. I've never used them. I need to crack them open and use them. So
Well, okay.
maybe
So there
now
was one of the
I can.
questions. There was one of the questions I was going to ask you. Do you have supplies that you've bought and never used? So there you go.
Yeah, and a lot of it is because I've either forgotten I had it or I forgot where I put it. So and
Yes,
so
yes, that's a
we're
very
gonna be in
familiar
the
problem.
we're going to I say we like my husband's going to help, but Susan is going to get her label maker out and she is going to label everything and organize it. So if someone's got their whatever out, I'm like, I know exactly where mine is, let me go grab it.
Let me go get it. I can do that too. Yeah, I need to do that too because I've got things that I keep forgetting I have, and or I know that I have it, but I'm not sure which of the 9,000 drawers in the little drawer system that I have over here it's in, and so yeah, let's just figure something else out because I don't have the time or desire to dig through it at that moment. So yeah. Yeah. How has your style changed over time?
Um, I would just say I've gotten more adventurous. Like I am open to like this past May, Tammy at Lou Frou Frou Studios was my guest collaborator for Junk Journal Madness, and the theme that came up was her favorite. It was grungy. I was like, well, other than inking edges, I really haven't done grungy, and so I've now done grungy, and I actually like it. I mean, I don't want to do it all the time, um, and I think you know, I think that's the thing too. I don't really get in a rut too much because the theme is constantly changing for me. Um,
Right.
like we just did Roaring Twenties. That was fun. I could have made it a little, grungier than I did, but it just looks vintage. Um, and then I've done a little golden book this summer. It was, a vintage Cinderella one, and that was fun. And it was just a ring binder journal. And um, I think trying new things, whether you like the outcome of it at the end or not, you've tried it and gotten it out of your system and said, hey, I gave it a go.
Right.
I really like it. Or, if I never do it again, that's all right.
And they're done that. I can move on now because I've ticked that box. Yeah. So
Like,
you've mentioned a couple times. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say if like journals that are not sewn in and they're like bound with a ribbon just through the, just to kind of hold it like that. I don't ever want to do that again. Because it was
Oh,
just so.
like the traveler's notebook kind.
I guess, and this wasn't really with an elastic. Maybe if I got elastic, that would be different. This was with a ribbon. And it was just so loosey goosey, and I was like, well, I won't do that again. But I wouldn't be
Right.
opposed to a different, material and trying that style again. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Those of you that are out there wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to make little. I've got my journal that I've been making my tags for, things for challenges, and so I'm trying to make the little things to, the little corner things to tuck them into, and but they were white, and so I was dyeing them, and now I'm trying to dry them, and yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Okay. So you've mentioned a couple times Junk Journal Madness. You want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes. So Junk Journal Madness is a monthly journal making series, and it stemmed from that shoebox full of ephemera that I had. Um, and then of course all the ideas in my head. So I have, for me to be able to move on to something, I've got to put that information from my head onto paper. So
Yes.
I said, okay, I'm going to make a Google Doc. And so I started making a Google Doc with like journal themes, like ideas like botanical, a time period, color wheel, monochromatic, woodland, fairies, all the things. And every time I think of a new one, I try to add it on there. Um, or if I see someone, oh, I got inspired for another idea. And then
Right.
I was like, okay, I need to make a journal for these things. But I don't want to just sit and make, a botanical journal or whatever. And so I think when I originally came up with the idea, it was March. And so there was like March Madness, basketball and everything. And
Right.
so I searched and I didn't see any junk journal madness things going on like with those words. And so I kept mulling it over and how would I do this series? And so I started in 2024 in April. The very first one, I just came up with 6 themes. I rolled a 6-sided die and it came up recipe journal. I was like, okay, that's a good one. And then I rolled the die again for how many different items to make, just because if I don't have a requirement to make different types of tags, they're all going to look the same. Um,
Right.
and so I was like, I need a way to kind of force myself for variety. And then the other thing was materials. Like sometimes you forget the materials you have. And so I'd roll a die for you've got to have, you know, 10 different materials in your journal. And a lot of times when you're making the actual journal itself, like the cover and the signatures, you're done with that number because it's usually a pretty low number, like 6 or 7. 6, 7. Oh my gosh, if I hear that anymore.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I imagine with yeah. I stopped teaching before that happened, so yay.
oh well, be thankful. Well, I found out that if I embrace it, they embrace it less. So that's kind of been working the last couple weeks. But uh oh, Miss McCracken, she said it. Yeah, I sure did.
Right?
And then the second month, it was like it was a fancy tea party was the journal type. I don't know why I did that. Like I would never make a fancy. I guess that's kind of not my style, even though I like the flowers and the kind of cutesiness of it. And it was an all right journal, but I guess looking back now, I was like, I don't know if I'd ever make another one like that. But um, and then I had gotten in a Facebook group, and I was like, is there anybody who would like to guest collaborate? And a girl, she popped up, and her name was Night Owl Collage, I think it was her name. And we had it was black and white, and then it was art slash photography slash writing. So you could kind of pick and choose.
Oh, wow.
You had to do black and white, and then you could kind of choose from those three or do all three. She included all three in hers. And so that was kind of cool to do that black and white journal because I had black and white scrapbook paper, and
Right?
and then after that it just became someone participating in being my guest collaborator. And so now we've got it where we go from February to November. We take July off because of Junk Journal July. And June is my month. So I just, because that's my birthday. And this past year, the theme for my month was to use up your leftovers because I had so many like leftover digital pieces that I didn't use from a kit or whatever, or scrapbook paper, and
Yes,
so that was a
yes.
fun journal.
It sounds like a fun one. Um, Christina from Scrapcraft and Stitchery is saying that she has a ton of ideas for um, Junk Journal Madness.
Yeah, hit me up,
Might be someone you
email.
want to, yeah, hit her up there. And they're also asking, how did you get the idea to start doing your newsletter?
Oh, okay. So it stemmed from getting on YouTube, looking, like what's going on in junk journal world, and people are in the middle of a challenge or a collab. I'm like, I knew nothing about this. It's the middle of the month. Y'all been doing this all month, and I follow y'all. So I need to fix my notification little bell. I need to click it to all because I forget to do that every time. And
Yeah, me too.
I was like, I wonder if anybody else feels the same way. And I thought, well, you know what? Let me just make a little video and put all the things I know. And then maybe people would tell me about things I didn't know about. Sure enough, here come all the I still to this day, some of my followers are participating in something. I see their videos. I'm like, why didn't someone tell me? Why didn't someone tell me this is going on? Today I saw a video. I was like, I didn't know. I don't want to participate. I don't have time right now, but that's really cool. It looks fun. And I bet you there's some others that would like to participate.
There's
So,
probably exactly. There's probably others that don't know about it yet. Yeah.
right. So, and I
Well, and I
thought,
think.
well, go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say
Well,
that with the challenges and stuff. I know I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm like, I'm cranking all these journals out, and I'm getting bored. And
yeah.
I need something to change that up, and being able to go to your newsletter and find something that I'm not aware of because it's not a big name channel running it, um,
Right.
that's fun. Yeah.
Right. I was excited that Louisa Heinzel commented the other day. She's like, I didn't know about this.
Oh,
I
very
was like, okay.
cool.
I'm going to say,
So I
well, one of my very first ones, I thanked her and Barbara for hosting it way back in
that's
January for hosting last year's.
that's very cool. I know curiously Michelle had a comment from Louisa the other day on one of her Instagram
Nice.
pictures, and I think it was Lynn, Hill Canine Lynn had a comment from Barbara. So I'm like, whoa. These guys are like celebrities now. They've gotten comments from celebrities.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Yes, Debbie, and it does help you find new channels too. Yeah, I have found
Yes.
some as a result of that. Like, uh, I found through you, I found Nonstop Paper Crafts, her
Uh-huh.
index card
Suzanne.
challenge.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and there was another one. Can't remember
She
the other one
teams
because
up
I
a lot
didn't
with
do it as
Sophie's Crafty Corner.
yeah, yeah. Hello, Carmen. Welcome, welcome.
It's fun to see, the different collaborators that kind of team up a lot. Like Line Dot Arrow, she teams up a lot with, and her name's Natalie. Yeah, Natalie. And then she teams up a lot with Sunflowers and Doors, and her name is Mandy. They team up quite a bit together, and they kind of
Uh-huh.
cross post in each other's Facebook group.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Well,
in my news, I used to have Instagram stuff, but I took it out because, there's a lot of challenges on Instagram, but not really, I took a little poll, and I think one person said they liked them and no one else responded. So, because that took a lot of time and it made the video longer. And so I took those out. If anybody wants them back, I'll be happy to put them back, but no one's ever said, hey, I missed those.
yeah. Where'd it
Um,
go?
but I wanted to do the channel shout outs, namely for all the small channels, like, hey, like, let's go follow this channel, let's give them some support. It's also intended, it's at the very end, that if you have an announcement, if you have a channel shout out, you can send me channel shout out. So if there's a channel you haven't seen and you want people to know about it, let me know, because Saturday mornings, here's Susan on YouTube. Okay, who have I not shouted out yet? And sometimes I'll come across new channels on the live videos. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to remember that channel. And because sometimes I watch those on my TV, which is, I don't use my I Truly Love It account. Um, so make sure you send me any channel shout outs that you want. And if you have a special one, I've had someone give me twice now special shout outs from like a secret admirer. So
Oh, really?
yeah. And even shop shout like a shop spotlight. I do a shop spotlight for the week. If
Uh-huh.
you want your shop to be spotlighted, more than happy to do that. Just let me know, because I'm just going and finding shops that I've like bought from, or some of the different creators, their shops, and
So if they want
yep.
to do that, how would they be able to contact you?
I totally love it at gmail.com. You can also go to, if you have a series or something you want announced that you have coming up, I have a new way to do it. It's a Google form to hopefully make it a little easier to remember all the things. Because sometimes I get a thumbnail to put up or a graphic and it's missing a lot of information. I'm like, well, what day of the week is it on? Is it monthly?
Right? Yeah.
Is it a certain time of day? And I made that Google form to kind of make that process easier too. So I put that link in my community post. I have a Facebook group called Junk Journal Madness. You can always come over there, send me information, or find me there. And in the description of my junk journal news videos, you'll find the latest one. You'll find that link to the Google form. But you can email me. You can message me on Instagram at I Truly Live It. You can. What else? Oh, some people just comment on that week's video. Hey, don't forget next week. Can you include this and this? I'm like, yeah, you betcha.
Gotcha. And she, if you guys haven't seen one of her videos yet on one of her newsletter videos, there's a lot of information in there, a lot of different uh sorry, did you see Di's
Yeah,
comment?
I see that. My
I do it
school is
to
a
her.
Google school, so we use Google
Yeah.
for everything at our school.
So yeah, they're used to getting Google Docs and polls and all kinds of stuff from me that drives a lot of the more creative brains crazy, including Di. Like I'm always driving her crazy with stuff like that. So um but yeah, and if you haven't caught her newsletters on Sundays, lots of really interesting, cool information about different challenges, just the things that are going on that you wouldn't be aware of just by being in your own little corner of the community. Like we know about things that goes on within our little part of the community or like the big name part of the community, but there's other parts out there that we may not be so aware of. And there's a lot of really, really cool stuff going on. So make sure you check that out. And if you do
Yeah, and
have something for her, let her know.
yes, please send it to me. And one of the main ideas behind it too is there are so many little sub communities, and it's kind of trying to bring us all together. Like we don't have to hang out
Yes.
all the time together, but hey, this month I want to do something with you, or I want to
Right,
participate in
exactly.
your event this month.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. Most definitely. Um wow, it got late really quick. Um let's see.
ask question
What part
15. That's my favorite number. Sorry.
of question 15 is that? What part of junk journaling still feels magical to you?
Um, the process, I guess, just it's like to me, it's always different. Every time I make something, it's never the same, and I like that. Like I don't do a lot of copycat. Like if I mass make, it's just a base and everything's different on the front, I like that
Right.
it's constantly changing it. It's never the same. I can collage with the same pictures in several different ways. And I like that.
Nice. That's a good answer. So question number 15, are you sure you really want this one?
I don't know. That's my
It's a
favorite
doozy.
number. So okay.
If your scissors had a name, what would it be?
Sir cuts a lot.
Okay, since that came to you so quickly, do your scissors already have that name?
No, but you do
No?
need to know that I am very quick with the one-liners at work.
Are you okay?
I can
So those
cut
come
the
naturally
tension
anyway.
can cut the tension at work at the lounge table really quick.
Lounge tables, staff meetings, yeah, yeah, the
Yeah.
fun places. Yeah. Um, all right, pick another number between 1 and 15.
6.
6. What's the most random thing currently on your craft table?
A turtle essence holder.
A turtle essence holder. Okay. But since it's turtle,
And
now, so I don't know if I would actually call that random because of you and your turtle thing. So, well, okay. Well,
so you
here's a
wouldn't
question
call
that
all the turtles.
how did you get into
all
the turtle thing?
so when I was in college at here's my coaster, SFA. In fact, I live in this town. I'm not from this town, but I live here. So I've returned to my alma mater. Um, I was in the band sorority because I was first chair trumpet. That was in high school,
Right.
not in college. I came to college and I was like, whoa, I thought I was
Lot
good.
harder.
You guys are great.
Right, right.
Um, and I was in the band sorority, and our mascot was the turtle for the sorority. And so I started collecting, things that we would give each other, like our little sisters and big sisters, and we would exchange stuff, and it was always a turtle. And so I just started collecting from there. And then when I started teaching at the school I'm at now, it's where I've met my BFF. I'm old enough to be her mom. She has taken leave of teaching to have babies. That's how far apart we are, because my
Oh,
youngest is
wow.
graduating high school this year. So, anyways, she gifted me with this mug. It says "Turley love you." I Turley love you. So, it's been on my craft table since then, and I was like sitting at my table thinking, what is going to be the name of my channel? And I was staring at it. I was like, I know exactly what it's going to be. I Turley love it.
Aw,
So
that's awesome. That's an
I bet
awesome
nobody
reason
else
to
has
have
this
it.
many turtles. Maybe Cindy has this many turtles on her table. Probably the
Cindy's
only
got a lot of
competition.
turtles. Yeah. Yeah. There was somebody else, Cheryl, I think. I know Cheryl likes turtles, but I don't know if now that I say that, I don't remember if she has a collection or not. But, all right, pick another number between 1 and 15.
Two. I have two daughters.
What would you choose as your journaling superpower? So if you could have any
Oh,
superpower that was journaling related, what would you choose?
um, variety. Is that a choice?
Sure. It's your superpower. It's whatever you want it to be.
The power to have variety. Because some people have like that, and not that it's a bad thing. It's just their thing. They have that kind of pattern. It's always the same. My journals had this many pages, this many signatures. I can't do that.
Mhm.
Susan cannot do that.
No. See, I would want a superpower that I don't currently have, and that would be organization. I'm the most unorganized, organized person you'll ever meet. Like
Yeah,
I'm
I feel
organized, but I'm so not organized. It's organized, but it doesn't go back in its home is the problem. So yeah. Yeah.
I completely understand that.
I think I don't know if that's ADHD. I don't know if it's left over from teaching when you don't really have time to put something away because if you do, everything falls apart.
I feel
Like,
like I totally understand that. And I feel like I could be just like that too. I feel like that's a hover between type A and type B. Like I'm not completely messy and I'm not completely organized. I'm kind of in the middle.
right.
So I'm an A and a half. I don't know.
A and a half. That's funny. Okay, so my favorite one is what is a trend or supply you don't understand the hype about? And the rest of you start picking numbers for us, please.
um, trend or supply? I don't understand the hype about.
Like for me, it's
Hmm.
mushrooms. I don't understand why people need to have mushrooms, an entire journal full of mushrooms.
Well, I would do mushrooms if it fit my theme, but I don't have a
Yeah,
plethora of mushrooms hanging out.
I wouldn't do something that
Um,
required mushrooms to fit my theme. That's how much I don't like it.
Maybe I'll say stamping. I have stamps. I love when I stamp. I just like I don't constantly pull them out. I'm thinking, oh, I probably could have stamped and made this a little bit better. But it's not Like
Okay.
I don't. Some journals don't have any stamping. Well, most journals don't have any stamping. So
Oh, really? Yeah.
yeah, I
I
forget.
think I'm yeah, if it's not sitting right in front of me, then yeah, yeah. All right, y'all. Between numbers between 1 and 15. Sorry, it wasn't very clear because 22 and 37 aren't going to help us any. Um,
2 plus 2 is
I
4.
don't have
Go with
that
4.
many questions. Number 4. What's oh, that was the one I just asked.
Okay.
Um, what's your ultimate crafting snack?
Snack. Um, anything with peanuts in it, I guess. I just like right now it's peanut
Yeah.
M&Ms.
Oh, yum.
But I don't really have. I don't because it's in the bedroom. I don't really bring food back here. I'll bring a drink. I had coffee earlier. I finished it though.
Oh, that's a given with me. If there's not coffee on my desk, there's people out there. Pam, go get your coffee. Especially if I'm yawning. Number 14. What is something you used and then said, nope, never again?
Hmm. I've used it and I feel like I'll finish up the bottle, but I'm not a huge fan of Fabri-Tac. It stinks.
Yeah, yeah,
It really stinks. Like I have to make sure the fan is going and it's not winter. Yeah. Because it's we're all boarded
right.
up.
Yeah,
We're
so you're
cold
not freezing at the
outside.
same time.
Yeah.
Right. Windows are open, fans going. Yeah, yeah. I've never tried that one, but I think I've heard enough people say that it stinks that it's not going to be something that
And I saw someone
makes it
post the
in
other
my
day
craft.
that they had been having breathing problems and they would go and their lungs are clear, but they're like feel like they have asthma. And someone had posted about Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1. Maybe it was 3-in-1. Is that the same thing?
It's pretty, but that yeah, it's all the same. I
But
think
it
it's
was the
because it's the acetone based or whatever.
yeah, but it was the glue and they stopped using
Mm.
it and their health improved. I was like, geez. Oh
Nothing
yeah,
like your
resin.
crafting being bad for your health. That would
Yeah.
suck.
That would.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever used in a journal?
Oh, the weirdest thing. Um, I mean, I've used like people's old photos.
Yeah.
Like I got like a mystery ephemera pack off of Etsy or eBay or something, and of course there's just random photos that someone picked up at an estate sale, and it's just like another family photo, people sitting on the couch, Uncle Bob and Aunt Sue,
Right.
and there's these cat eyeglasses,
You always wonder if somebody's gonna watch a video someday and it's like, hey, that's my family.
Yes. Huh. Or it's like so and so's baptism. I'm like, did you not need this? And no one wanted this, or is this like extra? Or that? It also
Right.
makes me sad too. Like,
Yeah, yeah, when you see that stuff tossed in a trash can or, like it's been donated to Goodwill or something like that, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. If you could only have 3 supplies to use for 1 week, what would they be? And keeping in mind that scissors, glue, paper, paper cutter, those are
Hmm.
your basic things aren't included in that. You would have those things. So these would just be
Okay.
your when you're creating, what's the 3 things that you always reach for that you can't live without?
Would this be regular? A ruler?
Um, no, because there's a lot of people that don't use them. So yeah, no,
Okay.
that would work.
A craft knife, a ruler, and okay, here's something completely random. My mother-in-law gave me a Michael's gift card, and it was in the shape of a tag, so I use that for my tag corners to cut them off.
Oh, and it already came as a tag. That's nice
Yeah.
because
I was
I
like,
had to
nice. Let me spend it. Now I can use it.
I had to like purposely do that to a Michael's card to do that. So That's cool
Yes,
that yours came that way.
because it was about that time I saw, was it Carrie the Crafter, and he had like different cuts or whatever. I was like, nope, that angle looks good to me. I'll just use that one. You know, cut on that side, cut on
Right?
that
It's
side.
already there for me.
I don't have to cut, flip it over, cut again. We're just gonna stick with this
Right?
angle right here.
Right? Yep,
It's a
that works.
universal angle.
Right? Let's see. Number 7. If you had to break up with one type of paper, what is getting ghosted?
Hmm. What would I get rid of? One type of paper. I mean, I want to say construction paper, but I really don't use construction paper, so that's really, cheating.
Yeah.
Um, hmm.
But it is the kind of
Uh,
paper that you use in everyday life that you're like, yeah, no, I'm not. That's not going to work for my junk journaling.
Bristol paper. Do you ever use Bristol paper?
No, I've never heard of that one.
So, well, Bristol paper, it's kind of like your poster boards, but without like the shiny side on it.
Oh,
Um,
uh-huh.
for some, for some reason, our school bought a whole bunch of it. Like we wanted to use it or something. But it came in the size of like, construction paper. And I think I've just kind of gifted some to the students because I'm like, I don't even know what to use this for. Like, I brought a piece home thinking I'll use it in a journal. I was like, I don't even know what to use this for. Maybe a cover. I'm not quite sure. It's kind of thin. It's kind of thick. And so, anyways, Bristol board or Bristol paper.
Sounds like good
Yeah.
basis for tags.
Yeah.
Those are
Maybe.
the kind of things. Yeah, those are the kind of things that I toss in between two other pieces of paper and make it like a base for a tag so that it gives it a little bit of stiffness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because then it's a lot. Yeah. I like my tags to have some beef to them.
Right.
Alrighty. I don't want to keep you much longer. Um, where did I have my list of things that I wrote down and then I created a tornado on my desk and I lost it. There it is. Okay, so your newsletter that we've been talking about that comes out on
So,
Sundays at 6 Central Time, right?
6 p.m. Central. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And we talked about how people can get information if they want to add their stores or anything like that to it.
Yeah.
You also we talked about Junk Journal Madness that you do February to November. You said so you've got a special. You mentioned a special project in January.
So I'm starting a special Texas related. It's gonna be bi-monthly because there just wasn't enough bi-monthly things in my news, and I was like, let me make one. So instead of making mine like for just 1 month, I thought this will be a nice spaced out, twice a month kind of thing, and um,
Low stress.
everybody can participate, and you're not like, oh, I gotta every Tuesday I gotta do this or whatever. So be looking for that in Junk Journal News. Coming up in the next couple weeks, it'll be announced. But and then I do a series called Emma's for Mondays, and that'll be returning. And that's going to that used to be every Monday, but we're going to kind of do it in the off weeks that I don't do the other one, so that I just have one thing going every week. And then
That
in
makes sense.
addition, I'll have
Makes life
like,
easier.
yeah, and I have the news on Sundays, and then February, I've got collaborators already booked for every month I needed in 2026. So if you
Nice.
ever get on the first, I always release the video at midnight Central Time, so you'll know what the theme is. So February 1st will be our next Junk Journal Madness, and those sheets for Junk Journal Madness are in my coffee shop. Everything in my coffee shop except for journals, everything digital is free. Um, so those Google Docs for Junk Journal Madness are there. So if you see anything missing, let me know, because I'm going to be updating it for February. And
Can one of my mods post her Kopi shop for us, please? And thank you. Okay, go ahead. I'll make sure we got that up there
and
before.
I think
December. You said a bunch of stuff was going on for you in December as well.
oh yeah, so I am participating in 2 collabs. One is Terry, it's Crafty Christmas, Sweet Pea Papers. I did her Christmas in July. That was very hard to do. Me thinking about Christmas in hot Texas in July is hard. But she invited me back for December. I was like, you betcha, I can do this one.
You're like,
Um,
it's December. I can do it. Christmas in December. It works.
and oh, I like that hashtag Texas forever. Um,
Yes,
and
Zippy is a total Texas person.
then I applied. I asked, or she was searching. Tracy Fox was searching for other channels to participate in the freebie part. It's her December daily advent. She's got her design team doing the kit. It's like a Christmas dispatch, and then those of us smaller channels are doing the clusters, which are the weekly freebies. And so I'm
Uh-huh.
actually on the 30th. So mine is more like New Year's. Um, but that'll be fun. So hopefully some people are still watching on the 30th. And yeah, and then January, Junk Journal January. The UK group, they're already loading up their collaborator list. So you can find me on January 2nd.
So January 2nd for that and December 31st for the other one.
The 30th,
Correct? 30th.
December
Okay. Oh yeah,
30th.
31st.
And then
30th.
Terry's is the 15th, 16th. Let me see. I have my handy dandy notebook
And
for all you
you
Blues
will be
Clues fans.
announcing your part in your newsletter, correct?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
December 16th. I'm on December the 16th with Teresa Conway Hayes. She's been my one of my guest collaborators twice now on Junk Journal Madness.
Oh,
And
cool.
she and I are on the same day. So that's really cool.
Nice. Yes, I
Yeah.
see Teresa in several of the chats that I go to, so very cool. Very cool. All right. Is there anything else that you wanted to mention that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
No, just if you're gonna send me news for the newsletter, the weekly newsletter, make sure you guys send it. I'm telling you Friday evening, but if you do it overnight, that's fine. Into Saturday morning, it probably wouldn't be till like 9 or 10 in the morning before I start working on it. And so get that information in. It also, if you have something that you want to share, but you don't want me to post it until a certain week, that works too. And but yeah, now I have this new desk. I may start doing some more lives again because I have space.
Right.
So
That makes all the difference.
yeah, I have room
Well,
for
and
my jelly
especially
plate and all the stuff.
if Hubs is trying to sleep at the same time that you're trying to craft, that makes it a little bit easier to
Well,
to do it, right?
he just wants to watch TV. There's not another TV.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for being so patient with me because I totally spaced that today was Friday and you were still ready to go even though I was like completely out of it. And also thank you for allowing me to send you my information for these weekly interviews. It started out it was only going to be a bi-weekly and there's just so many people to interview and get to know and I didn't want to
Yeah.
push people out for like years, and so now it's like, oh my gosh, and I have a whole list now of more people because I think I'm booked out through March now, end of February, something like
Wow,
that.
that's
So
good.
yeah, yeah, it is. So and then I've got a bunch of people that others have recommended. So I just need to reach out and say, hey, I know you don't know me, but well, then I want to. I know it sounds kind of silly, but I want to interview Hazel. She interviews
Well, and
everybody
I want
else. I want to
Hazel to
interview
interview
Hazel.
you. Yeah, I want Hazel to interview you and you interview her. That would be so fun.
It
I
would.
was
That would
like
be a different one.
her her like seventh or eighth person, like way back at the end of May. Uh, now she goes like 2 hours. I only got an hour with Hazel, so
Oh yeah.
she was like
I
trying to
just
do it in an hour.
I don't want my face on the camera is the problem. this
You know what?
this is enough for
I
me.
yeah yeah, but you can do it. It's just one
Oh yeah.
time.
Yeah. I can't. I've seen some of my other friends do it, and they survived through it. Right, Christina? They survived through it.
She
So
did,
I think
she
I
did
can as
great.
well. She
Yeah.
did. She absolutely did. She absolutely did. So, well,
Well, I
it's been
appreciate you for inviting me. That was so
oh, no
sweet.
worries. Yeah, no, I mean, well, yeah, like I said, I like to get to know new people and learn more about them and their crafting and where they came from in their crafting and especially fellow teachers. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
'Cause you're the kind of people that have a spot in my heart, you and Debbie Epps and yeah, some of our other teacher people out there. So, thank you. I had a lot of fun and I hope you enjoyed yourself as well.
I did. I did. I got a nice stack of things to glue or tape in, I guess.
Right? Yeah, I think that's going to be I've got a bunch of I've got a bunch of composition books because I would get them and we were going to start a project with them in school and then and I would buy them and then we did not use them and so I've got a stack of these that I can do stuff with and I think that might be one of my next projects is starting to do something like that because that's a good way to do it. I don't like how some of my stuff is stored at the moment. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Amy's saying thank you, Susan, for all of your weekly information and kindness.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure. And I know I respond like that all the time, but it really is. I don't mind doing it. I don't charge for it. I just want to get the information out there to everyone.
I think it's a very sweet thing to do, and that's it's yeah. I greatly appreciate it. When I first came across it, I was like, "Whoa! I didn't know there was something like there. This is way cool." So thank you. I really appreciate you being
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you to all of you out there that came and watched and asked questions and conversed amongst yourselves. It's hard for me to when I'm interviewing somebody like this, it's hard for me to kind of like keep track of the chat, especially there's usually so many people here. So thank you to my mods for pointing out to me when there was something that you didn't want me to miss. Thank you to my friends that were worried about me using scissors instead of a pokey tool for something. I fixed that right away. Thank you. Pam, pokey tool. So, all right, y'all. Thank you. I really, truly appreciate you being here. I know that you have other things that you could be doing, other people that you could be watching, but you choose to come here on Fridays and hang out and learn about other people and their craft with me. And I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So, have a fantastic morning, afternoon, night, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. I love you all. Bye.